CS is a thing that you're obviously doing brilliantly within, and now we have a new Riot venture in the form of Valorant. What have you made of it so far?
I am addicted. I am just I'm sold. And I get a lot of, well, you're a Riot chill. But I mean, people have to remember that I am an OG FPS player with Unreal Tournaments.
Yeah.
I put a lot of stock into FPSs. They even had a tactical. They had, what was it called? Was it called Tactical Ops?
Okay.
So they had a tactical, they made a tactical version of the game. In any case. But I've never been much of a tactical shooter player like CS. I've always been just capture the flag, insta-gip, run at him, shoot him, capture the flag, and that's it. So I've tried a lot of FPSs over the years, I think. I tried my hand, obviously, at a lot of CS when I was trying to host, but I never really got into it as much, and I was also really bad at it. I played a lot of Fortnite when it came out, but it wasn't really my jam. I played a lot of Overwatch when it came out. I actually really enjoyed playing Overwatch as well.
Me too.
But
yeah. It's a great game.
After a while, I don't know. I think I played it hardcore for 6 months, and then I kind of got bored of it. Same with Fortnite. And then Apex came out, and Apex is actually one of my favorite battle royale games. I think it is incredibly well made. It's just really great. The guns are really smooth, and I really enjoyed playing it. But battle royale is also not my cup of tea. So I've just been waiting for something else. And then they came out with Valorant, and I just really fell in love with it. The mix of it being a tactical shooter, but also an ability-based game, I thought made it really, really interesting. The abilities are, to me, not overwhelming, but I can understand how, if you're coming from CS, it's probably like, Jesus, like, why is there a wall made of ice here when I could just be rushing the site? I get that, but people have to understand that it's just a different type of game, and I've really enjoyed playing it. I love the characters. I'm into it.
I've caught your streams, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're kicking ass.
Thank you.
I'm watching. You're doing very well. I mean, the thing is, it's expected though. You're a pro, really.
Well, I'm not anywhere where I need to be though, but I appreciate it.
But you're getting there. You're ranked now, so you're getting there.
I'm getting
there. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely spot on with the whole kind of overwhelming nature of the abilities. I think everyone, when it first was announced and we saw kind of the first kind of images or gameplay, people were like, "Oh, it's it's a crossover between CS and Overwatch." But in reality, it's far more CS than it is Overwatch. I think you're right. The abilities aren't too overwhelming, and I think that what it does do, I think the abilities do just add they add a whole nother layer tactically to a game that you can't. It's not just based on precision aim, shooting, and kind of storming sites, as you said, and playing the bomb sites. It's actually a lot more about like you can utilize this weaponry and you kind of the way that your kind of team line up with what you have ability wise, what you buy, the buy-in and stuff, the economy side of things. It completely changes the dynamic. So, I think it kind of adds a layer that anybody, in theory, any team could enter into a tournament and could do very, very well, have a really good day, and other times not, all depending on who their opponents are and how they kind of line up, really. But
exactly.
What's your thoughts on players at the moment kind of asking for 20 grand to join, kind of, saying, hey, I'll join you, I want to start a team and be paid $20,000 even when there's no structure? I mean, is this crazy or what?
I think in general, if you're, I don't know, you got to be a damn good player with a damn good brand if you're going to be just like, I want 20,000, I don't know, a month to play this game or whatnot, or to join your team. It is weird, but I don't know. I kind of understand it because we've seen in the last couple of years that esports has become really, it went from being this obscure thing that nobody wanted to talk about to this thing that a lot of people want to be part of. And that's not just players, that's also commentators and hosts and behind the scenes. Like esports is hot, hip, and happening, and everyone wants to be part of it. And I think in that regard, there is a certain aspect of you need to be there with the new trends. You need to be there when, because what if the next Fortnite comes out and you missed a boat? We saw what an extreme influence people, the early adapters of Fortnite and the early streamers have had, and they've made their entire career off this game in literally a couple of months. So I do think it's healthy to have your eye on the trends and the new games, but that can be as a streamer or a content creator or a caster even. But a player is a bit more tricky. I do get that teams would maybe start to sign players because there are a bit of tournaments, but it's a bit crazy that they would ask for such big numbers to be on a team. And hopefully if the scene does develop, they will get picked up and they will get paid what they earn or like what they deserve if they play well enough.
for you though, this is an opportunity to win, in the sense that it obviously combines your relationship with Riot and with League and everything you've learned within the infrastructure of that company. Obviously, CS is a game that you moved to, and the two things are put together in the same digital sandwich. So this is perfect for you. This is a game. Can you see yourself getting a lot more invested in the game from a talent perspective as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's many talented hosts out there, yourself included, who I think
Thank you, Sjokz.
Who I think
that's a testimonial. Now I'm going to write that down and put it on my website. So
you guys could show up everywhere and just host literally, I don't know, someone painting a picture of a boring landscape, and you'd host like the crap out of it. You know what I mean? But I consider myself someone who I can really only host the things that I myself super invested in. I mean, everything has a price, Adam, let's be honest. But
let's be honest, everything's about price.
Preferably the things that I am super enthralled with myself. And the thing, till now, that's been League of Legends, Counter-Strike, and now Valorant. So a game that I enjoy playing, enjoy watching, enjoy learning more about. So if the opportunity arises, I'd love to do it. I did some casting last week. And holy moly, that is difficult, especially for an FPS game, with abilities. I was lost, but I'm going to apply myself, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, casting's the one thing I'm a little bit dubious about getting into, because I'm thinking there is a lot of things going on here, and this is not my remit, but I need to learn how to do it, because obviously, being freelance like yourself, opportunities, you've got to have every string on your bow going to
Absolutely.
kind of make ends meet and stuff, and kind of succeed. But I got to ask you, who do you main in Valorant right now? Who's your main?
My main in competitive is Sage, and
okay.
I went a bit back and forth, because it's always the whole, oh, it's a girl who plays a supportive character, and I was just like, well, who the hell cares? I mean, I should just play what I want to play, and I think she's like hidden OP. I think a lot of people put her in the S tier, deservedly so, because I'm the kind of person who, you're supposed to run around and heal people, but I'm the person who lurks and who pushes when she's not supposed to, and tries to catch people on the rotation and uses the self-heal to her advantage. So the kit is just so broken. I mean, a self-heal and a team heal, a resurrect twice a half, the wall to kind of wall off an entire site to plant or after planting or whatnot, or to protect the slow. She's absolutely broken. I also really love Raze to just go ham. I love Omen because of his mobility, and he's just such an edge lord.
Man, yeah. I loved seeing videos of Omen and people using the transport to kind of go around the map and on rooftops and stuff and just snipe. And these little things it was really fun to watch.
Exactly.
I think I like Viper as well. The fact that
Viper's
she can use kind of poison, kind of like clouds, and that can very similar to Apex and what's his face? I can't remember. Caustic in Apex.
Yeah.
Kind of using poison, kind of poison areas.
Less ladylike than the beautiful Viper, but Caustic is also great.
Exactly. But it's a great game. I have no doubt it's going to continue to kind of grow, this competitive scene. But hopefully, it won't go the same direction as I think Fortnite has done, in the sense that Fortnite's become, Epic have very much protected their baby and not really let other TOs create, a competitive structure around the game, and therefore there's not really been many events.
Well, I mean, Riot has done the same, obviously, right? Riot, after, I think it was 2013 until 2015, I think at the latest, or maybe a bit later, they had like ESL running tournaments and all this and that, and at a certain time they said, well, we just want a certain standard of production to be exactly in line with what we want, so we're just going to do it ourselves, which I think is their prerogative as well, but a lot of people were sad about that. But I can understand it from one angle, but then not from another angle, which is the fan who just wants to see more tournaments by everyone, right? And for Fortnite as well, I can understand it, because I think this all has to do with the fact that you're now in a situation where esports isn't small anymore. It's a multi-million-dollar business, which is, has more, the game industry gets in more profit or more money than the movie industry at this point in time. So you can't always, you have to be protectful of what you do. Now, Riot has come out and said that for Valorant, they're going to not interfere. For now, they're just going to let third-party organizers organize things. And it got a mixed response, which is, I think it's again this like, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Because half of the responses were, well, oh, typical Riot, they don't want to invest anything into the esports scene, when, hello, that's what they did with League, and you guys were mad that they buttoned everything up for themselves. And the other response was like, I don't know. It just wasn't good either way. When
Yeah,
I think a
yeah.
lot of people did want the free circuit, and I think that's a good thing because now you see it. There's a lot of organizations just making these cool tournaments, and with profits going to COVID-19 research and all that, which is really, really
Oh,
dope.
it's been awesome.
This is just one of the many highlights of the episodes available to you right now in the full episode list. It's down below. There is a link. Click that. It takes you to that platform where you can choose the landing page where you want to listen to the podcast in its entirety. It's all there for you. Do make sure to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media as well. All the links are below. I look forward to seeing you on the next one for the next highlight. Take care. Sav out.